every day when you drive by the Lone Tree Art Center, it makes me so happy to see a filled parking lot or buses in the parking lot or people coming in and out of this cultural hub. As we all know, arts in our younger generation are really being pulled back in some of the schools. So to be able to offer a cultural and art experience right here in the heart of Lone Tree is so impactful. So in fact, I was just here on Friday night. We were seeing our last Tunes on the Terrace show called Dreamboats. And we have a whole outdoor theater. We had 300 people out there. It was a fantastic show, lots of 50s and 60s music.
Oh, fun.
Tons of great energy. Perfect weather, which is always a miracle on these July hot evenings. But to be able to just showcase this venue in so many different ways is really a part of what makes this the crown jewel of the city of Lone Tree.
I love it. For those of you that are listening and watching who haven't been to Lone Tree, I highly recommend it. I mean, this is my stomping grounds. I'm a native to Colorado. Lone Tree is amazing. We're going to get into all the different business development and the people here, but it's clean, it's safe, and of course Park Meadows is here. They have amazing shopping, and it's absolutely just beautiful. The southern part of Colorado is absolutely gorgeous, and you have an incredible mayor, and you are still technically in your first year, correct?
I'm about 14, almost 15 months in, so
you're
just outside of my first year. So 1 year under my belt, and it feels like I can breathe this summer a little bit more.
Nice.
But enjoying and really honored to be able to serve in this role. Every aspect of it.
Well, can we talk a little bit about your first year?
Yes.
What are some of the biggest changes, or what was your first year like? Did it meet up to your expectations?
It was a wild ride. I would say the first year exceeded all of my expectations and hopes and dreams that I would ever have for not only our city, but our partners on city council. Of course, there are 5 of us. I know I mentioned that last time, 2 serving each district, and then of course I'm the mayor at large. And to be able to have some partners, 5 people that show up to every meeting, every decision-making meeting, and really be willing to listen to what's presented and be flexible in your thinking. No one is here with just trying to make decisions based on party or prejudgment. Every one of us shows up and really is just wanting to make the best decision for our residents, our businesses, and the future of the city of Lone Tree. And that is so impactful. So I couldn't say more wonderful things about my incredible partners on council. The other really magical thing is our staff. So us 5 council members, we're busy, but we're really just setting the policy, and staff is doing all the work behind it. So 150 staff members, but a director level team that just continues to set a national model on who they are and how long they've served the city of Lone Tree. Our city manager, Seth Hoffman, has served the city of Lone Tree over 20 years, and that is very rare to find somebody he's done every job, all the way from the bottom, all the way to the top, and now he is just a great partner to work with and really leans into our community. So it's been fantastic to be able to have a staff that functions at such a high level.
I love how you collaborate. You know, that's such a strength that you have, and you're so kind and sweet and generous. And I love that you bring everyone in. I mean, and it takes an entire village to do really everything. I mean, to raise a baby and definitely to have an entire city being functioning. And
I couldn't agree more. And really, I think the most important thing is being mayor is, they say it's not a full-time job. It's definitely a full-time job. Of course, we're not compensated. We have a small stipend monthly, but I still work behind the chair full-time as a hairstylist. And so I would say in my first year, I've learned the balance. There have been a lot of days where I'm like, I've been at the salon too much, and my mayor stuff is piling up, or days where I'm only mayoring and I have a long list of clients I need in. And throw a family on top of it, 2 daughters who are 12 and 11, and my husband, and so just trying to make sure that I'm having the right balance. But I have a family that's incredibly supportive and loving, and that makes it so much easier. But I would say throughout the first year too, I learned to lean in and lean on people that are more than happy to help in any way, especially my partners on council.
For sure, delegation is so important.
Yes.
I totally relate. Having 2 jobs and the kiddo.
The
family
you live
is
and
the
breathe
third
it
time.
too,
So many many of us do in the community. But that is amazing to try and find that intricate balance of where we need to be and delegate our time and rely on other people and have that collaboration.
Agreed.
Well, lots of cool things are happening, not only this summer, but moving into the business development.
Yes.
So let's start kind of with we're at the end of July. I mean, it's almost August, it's here, but there's some cool events coming up in the next couple weeks here. Tell us about those.
So I'll touch on quickly. This year we're celebrating the City of Lone Tree's 30th birthday. And in April at our State of the City Council and I unveiled our new tagline, Deep Roots, New Heights, which really acknowledges the strong foundation that we get to stand on today because of all of those who have served before us. And New Heights is a nod to where we're going and the bold steps we'll take to continue to build a thriving city in the future. So as a part of that, City Council's priority this year was let's celebrate. We had a lot to celebrate. We have an incredible city that has just a diversity of housing and commercial spaces and arts and cultural options and roads that flow well and traffic that moves. I mean, there's so many things that make being a resident or business owner just simply visiting a place that's a high quality life. So when we talked about this year, we are so excited. We have our 30th anniversary golf tournament coming up at the end of the week, and then we have a big 90s themed dance party at the end of August.
Nice.
Of course, our annual music at the park is happening, and then as soon as we get into September, we'll be doing our wagon romp with the dogs in the pool, and everything we're doing, we're just trying to add a level of celebration and excitement to celebrate 30 great years in the city.
Nice. Another thing I wanted to talk about and mention, the entertainment district. I mean, that has been talked about a lot the last couple years, and it's starting to really get revitalized. So tell us a little bit about, there's a new restaurant popping up in there,
Yes, we'd love to.
a lot of different business opportunities. So what's going on in the district?
I would love to share. So the entertainment district was the most asked about part of our city, knocking doors when I was campaigning, certainly still is. What are we going to get? Our community is really craving somewhere to go and stay. Maybe where you run into your neighbor, or maybe you go out to eat, but you end up spending half your day there because some other places pulled you in. And so when we look to the future, that's what Council's North Star has been, is how do we cultivate an area of our town that's right in the heart of it, where we can pull people in. The city has 330,000 vehicles that drive through our city a day, which is very impactful. 15,000 residents. Eventually we'll double in size as we look to growth on the east side. But how do we create a space that we all love? We talk a lot about what some of our neighboring communities have and the want and desire to have that. And so we're so excited. We just had 303 Sports Grill open, and if you haven't been there, you should go check it out.
It's amazing.
Awesome.
Their appetizers are incredible.
Every game is on. The food's great. The drinks are delicious, and that's a spot where people have started to realize and recognize you just run into people you know there, which I love. Of course, the city purchased the prior Trio site at 9070 Maximus Drive. It has been a couple of years, and the biggest want for City Council was to have somewhere that had an entertainment dynamic, and we didn't know what that was, but we put it out for RFP, got over 20 applications to purchase the property, and are so excited to finally be under contract with a concept called Truck Yard, based out of Dallas. It is live music, food truck, indoor-outdoor space, and really fun. I actually went down there to visit last November, and as soon as we walked in, my mayor pro tem, city manager, and I were like, we have to have this in Lone Tree. Yeah. It will be a regional destination. It will be somewhere where you go after maybe your kid's softball game or to celebrate your grandparents' birthday. I mean, truly, it's a space and a place for everyone. And the live music component is something we really, frankly, been missing in the city.
100% agree.
And so we are so excited to have that under contract, and are looking forward to the next couple of years as we see the permitting process take shape and the renderings of the building. But we can't not talk about Jack's. It's on the corner of Yosemite and Park Meadows Drive. Beautiful two-story building. We are so excited to be able to have this iconic corner in our city that will pull people in. Steak and oyster bar also will offer lunch. It's really great. It's going to have an event center on the bottom level and a restaurant on top. And when you look west, you have full mountain views from that second level. So I'm so excited to get up there and check it out. But that will be opening at the end of this year, 2025. So can't wait for that. And then we can't not talk about the movie theater.
Okay.
It's been closed for some time now. And what we know for sure is that what's there now has not been working. With the theater closed, when we talk about what the uses are that could be for that, we wanted to be really thoughtful and careful and make sure that we're planning for a positive future that will support our business community. And when we have that discussion, if we did nothing at all, that movie theater could possibly, because of property rights, be reused for, let's say, a church or a gym. And really, that's not the culture we're trying to set in the entertainment district. We need some mix of density along with additional commercial spaces that really pulls people in. The other thing that council feels strongly about that's missing are parks along that Park Meadows corridor. So a place where you can go, and like I said, you end up maybe going to grab a drink somewhere, and then you're at a park running around with your kids, and then you pop in somewhere else. And so that is what we're trying to do there. And if you stand on the terrace between where some of those restaurants are and the theater currently is, and you look west, it's that same beautiful mountain view. So there is just untapped potential in that area, and really looking forward to how excited the businesses are for the redevelopment opportunities that are on the horizon and will hopefully be coming within the next months.
I love it. This is so in line with how I personally feel, with what our radio station feels. What you've been talking about is community. And it's bringing back parks. It's bringing back just people being together. I love that you're bringing back live music. I mean, to celebrate the amount of talent that we have here in Colorado is astounding. And I'm with you, like if they're getting rid of arts and culture in schools, because they've been doing that for a couple years, and it kills my heart. You know, it's just so saddening. And I'm like, why bring it back? Because people love being outside. They love having their families together. Being in parks gets them outside, gets them engaged. And especially like you said, Lone Tree, I think, is due to double in 10 years. And to have that mix of businesses, of having the mixed density, as you said, to have where people can live, of course. And so all of that bringing together, you're being very mindful and making it beautiful at the same time.
Agreed. I couldn't agree more.
It's
When
amazing.
we talk about what makes, I think, a city thrive and have a lot of success, and why Lone Tree has had so much success, is because we look at this economic engine, and it has to have a mix of all. So we have a lot of large employers here that bring in employees. In fact, somewhere between 30 and 45,000 people are coming to visit and stay in the city, doing something, whether that's work or shopping a day, which is a pretty impactful number. We also talk about different types of housing. That's really important to make sure that we offer everything from senior living, like across the street, to townhomes, attached products, to single family homes, and everything else additionally to that. And then we talk about a mix of commercial. You want Monk and Mongoose and Vibe Foods, but you also need Target and Cabela's. And so making sure we have everything that offers a wide range of what you may need in the city. And then, of course, we have to address Park Meadows Retail Resort. They have just continued to reinvest in the mall and making sure that it's successful and we keep foot traffic up. 12 million visitors a year at Park Meadows, which is a really impactful number, and we know that there are additional opportunities for the mall to continue to be reinvesting. They are going to open up a large parking structure that is really needed outside of the dining hall as phase one. Phase two will be that open green space with ground floor retail. So looking forward to seeing that.
Nice. Park Meadows, whatever they are doing, you're doing it right.
Yeah.
I mean, that place is always, we talk about it all the time, compared to other retail spots around the state. I mean, Park Meadows is just always busy. So, and like you said, maybe it is really reinvesting in what you have and making it grow and flourish and having the community be there.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Making sure the high standard stays the same. So when you come to Park Meadows, any day of the week, you come to something that's aesthetic, highly aesthetic, safe, beautiful, and has what you're looking for.
Right. I know we won't get into specifics, that people have been knocking on the Lone Tree door saying, hey, we have some ideas, some big ideas of maybe moving some structures into the city. Will there be anything like that, do you think, in the future?
We can address that in the room. When we talk about the east side of I-25, with 420 acres of undeveloped land. And what I will tell you is anybody that calls the city of Lone Tree that's interested in investing or putting any sort of business or opportunity, we always have those conversations. We would never turn those conversations down. When we think about what the future of the city center, and so we're talking about I-25 on the east side, it's the Ridgegate east side, but we like to just call it Lone Tree, rising in the east. There is potential for a great city center that has that component that we're all looking for, a downtown Lone Tree. And part of that needs to be destination-oriented development. We have that on the east side, on the west side at Park Meadows Retail Resort with 12 million visitors a year, and how important it is to bring the people in to support the businesses. So when we talk about, yes, we want small businesses to not just come to the city of Lone Tree and survive, but thrive.
Right.
We have to have the people here to do that. And so we are always open to any conversations of potential future city center uses. But what I'm really excited about is my predecessors, especially former Mayor Jackie Millay, continue to invest in making sure that we have the transportation infrastructure to support that. So a really exciting project that just broke ground is the CDOT Mobility Hub. This mobility hub allows for 2 slip lanes on the north and south side of I-25 to allow bus staying to slide on or slide off the highway to allow passengers to get on. So a lot of people from Colorado Springs are coming up here to work, and what this will allow them to do is get up here on a beautiful bus and then connect to where they're going. So in Lone Tree, you can use the Lone Tree Link, you can use the light rail, of course, stop right there at Sky Ridge, and lots of connected trails and pathways to get you there. So 286-foot pedestrian bridge will start at Hewitt and will end on the other side of the highway. But right now it will be used, but one day we know it will be heavily used by users of the city center and employees, employers, or hopefully people headed to their destination, whatever that is.
Nice. I have a couple more questions. So we're now into your second year.
Yes.
You've talked a lot about maybe kind of the bigger scope things, because we have, and some that might come down the pike this next year. What do you foresee, kind of 1 or 2 things that you really want to accomplish here in your second year?
In my second year, I'm really excited and hopeful to look at making sure our community is listened to and has all of the restaurants and amenities that they want in their city. And so when they think, oh, I want to go out to a restaurant and go grab something, I want them to say, I can stay in the city of Lone Tree and have those options, and that's really impactful. I've been working tirelessly all year. Everyone I talk to, I tell them how impactful and positive Lone Tree is to open a business. Whether you're small or large, we want to get your business open on time. We want to make sure the permitting process is as streamlined as possible, and we're there to support you the whole step of the way. That is really impactful work. I mentioned to you last time VIBE, the group that I have through the Metro Mayor's Caucus, Vitality in Business and Economy. And this 10-mayor task force that's supported by the 38 regional mayors is really working to continue to set a positive vibe for our region, showing that on a national level we want to attract and retain all sorts of businesses, and making sure us mayors are doing our part to make us the most business-friendly cities. I certainly know that if my neighbor municipalities are doing well in attracting and retaining, all boats will rise with the rising tide. So I'm really excited about the traction that this task force is getting into, especially over the fall. We've got a lot of great projects we're working on. So we'll be working really hard on that as well. And then, of course, we have 3 large capital investments, the Justice Center, Public Works Facility, and High Note Regional Park. So we'll be excited to continue to see those and what takes shape this next year.
That is wonderful. To have everything here is super important. It keeps people in your city, keeps them happy, keeps them spending money here, and
Could not agree more.
I know you want to make it a really hospitable place, of course. I'm curious how much collaboration is involved within the state or even kind of neighboring cities here in South Denver.
Sure.
Do you all, as mayors and politicians, get together frequently? What does that look like?
So I'll share with you, when I first started as mayor, I think the most impactful group to be a part of was the Metro Mayor's Caucus. You just start to realize you're not alone. Somebody, if you have an issue, somebody's probably dealt with it before, so you're in a room where you have a ton of peer resources. And so, but specifically in Douglas County, there's 5 mayors, so myself, Castle Pines, Castle Rock, Parker, and Larkspur. And the 5 of us work to get together about every 6 weeks, and we just get together and catch up on life, but also, hey, I have this going on. Any thoughts on how I can handle this topic, and just information sharing and making sure that we're all there to support each other and just build a strong relationship. I think will makes us really impactful leaders. So that's been really important. And then I would say on a statewide level, we just had Senator Carson to our city council meeting, just continuing to try to share especially out of legislative session when there's more opportunities, but just continue to try to share where our priorities are as the city and how they can continue to advocate for us under the Golden Dome.
Oh, I love it. You have such a pulse on Lone Tree and really the state of Colorado. You're so optimistic and positive. I do love that you're also a business owner. You really get to see what is going on the ground, which I think provides so much value to someone that is serving for the people, right? I mean, it creates such an important positive impact, which I think is needed across the board. So you really understand where people are going, what they want. You're of course very family oriented. It's just, I love that you create that balance and collaboration and community. It's absolutely very valuable. I've been drawn to since the first time I saw you speak. I was like, I want to know this woman, because it was your vision that you had of the state, and it is just beaming out of you. It's so much love that you have for where you live and where you work and your family. So thank you, from a native to here to Colorado, that I get to be a part of this with you.
Oh, that is the kindest compliment. That keeps me going.
True.
Thank you. So, I mean, clearly I'm really passionate about the work we're doing, not only in the city of Lone Tree, but beyond our borders. And I think regional collaboration is such an important piece of it, whether we're talking about transportation or housing or crime, all of it, we're all going through together. And when we work together and lean in on each other, I think that's when we have the best results. And that only helps the city of Lone Tree.
Oh, this is amazing. Is there anything else that you wanted to make sure that we touched on?
If you're driving near the city of Lone Tree, make sure you pop in, dine, stop at one of our local establishments, the Good Target, Park Meadows Retail Resort, and definitely, if you've not been in the Lone Tree Art Center, please make sure to do so. You will fall in love with the magic that happens within these walls.
That is so true. There's so much to do here. I mean, you can go to plays, you're going to have festivals, there's so much outside opportunity. Park Meadows is absolutely incredible. I mean, again, I'm a native here and grew up shopping at Park Meadows as a kiddo, and I still go there very frequently. They have everything you need, and it's safe and amazing and inviting, and people are so friendly. You have everything that you need here in this city.
Could not agree more. Yes. Thank you so much, Sarah. I really appreciate the opportunity to sit down again.
Oh, we love it. Well, thank you. This has been Marissa Harmon here in the Mayor of Lone Tree, and thank you all so much for listening to K4CO Radio interview.
Thank you.
For more information about Mayor Marissa Harmon or the City of Lone Tree, visit the City of Lone Tree at cityoflonetree.com. For K4CO Radio, visit k4coradio.com or look up K4CO Radio on social media platforms.